In 2016, the National Park Service celebrated our centennial with a lot more than cake. From the Great Lakes to the Great Plains, the Centennial was front and center in the Midwest. We worked together to help new audiences find their parks and ensure that the stewardship of the resources in our care is stronger than ever.
I'm incredibly proud of how the parks and programs in this region came together to accomplish remarkable things and cultivate a new groundswell of support for the national park idea.
The Director's Call to Action was released in 2011 and laid out a vision for the second century of the National Park Service.
We chose Centennial projects as a region by holding listening sessions to hear how our employees, our communities, volunteers, and partners wanted to celebrate our centennial. The impressive regional centennial projects that came out of this effort represents our collective creativity, our ingenuity, and passion for the amazing treasures we steward every day.
Across the Midwest, events and activities championed these centennial goals.
All of us at every level and in every park have been focused on one centennial goal: to connect with and to create the next generation of national park visitors, supporters, and advocates.
Projects united us in unique ways. In the tradition of the Great American Road Trip, this year's American Solar Challenge hit the open road, connecting 9 parks and the regional office for a rally of solar-powered cars designed by students.
This program brought university students to their national parks to showcase clean energy innovations. They drove 1,900 miles in 8 days, starting in Cuyahoga Valley National Park in Ohio, all the way to Wind Cave National Park in South Dakota. The event was a unique opportunity to interpret climate change and to be inspired by the ingenuity of the next generation to combat this global challenge.
A traveling play called Lift Every Voice also connected to the next generation of stewards and emphasized the role national parks play in dialogue about current issues. Young audiences explored Black history themes in the Midwest, from the Civil War to the struggles for civil rights that continue today. Over 8,000 people saw the play. The Centennial also captured the unique stories of people in the parks through a Midwest region partnership with StoryCorps, a nonprofit dedicated to recording, preserving, and sharing the stories of our lives.
They've been some pretty special stories. It's always interesting to hear about stories from people about why these places are important to them, the visitors, why they feel it's important, and it's to me even more special to hear from the people who are the stewards of these places.
Social media exploded. Sharing stories from the Midwest far and wide, parks expanded into new platforms and reached new audiences. Together, we put Midwest National Parks on the map like never before.
Social media continue to be a great way to reach new audiences and engage the next generation. From Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat. It was really a great way to bring the parks to the people and the people to the parks.
From an old car festival to the release of a new quarter, over 400 additional events and activities were planned by parks. All these events connected to the Director's Call to Action, and many of the highlights have been shared online.
The Midwest hosted park scenes out of duct tape, intricate quilts, symphony orchestra performances, and even layer cakes inspired by the Centennial.
The Midwest's many river parks brought new attention to the water this year. Mississippi River National Recreation Area launched a paddle share program so that people could kayak the river without needing to own expensive equipment or even a car.
The Iron Ranger Challenge in Arkansas helped people get healthier by moving 100 miles on their public lands. The North Country National Scenic Trail attracted new hikers with their Hike 100 Challenge.
But if you really want to get the bigger picture, head to a national park at night and look up. National parks like Minuteman Missile National Historic Site, with its new visitor center featuring night sky friendly lighting, are the perfect place for stargazing.
The National Park Service celebrated from coast to coast, and the Midwest was in the middle, literally, of national initiatives. Even 1,500 miles away from Pasadena, we participated in the Find Your Adventure Tournament of Roses parade, receiving several awards for our creative virtual entries. Parks partnered with theaters and museums on special screenings of the National Parks Adventure IMAX film. Parks held bio-blitzes to engage the public in citizen science. Knife River Indian Village's National Historic Site even held its first ever Archaeoblitz with the Midwest Archaeological Center. Nationwide, over 100 naturalization ceremonies were held in parks in 2016, and the Midwest welcomed new citizens in some of our country's most historic places. The Midwest Picnic in the Park went national, and the Healthy Parks, Healthy People program helped develop tools for safe and healthy outdoor eating.
Picnic in the Park was a great event, and one of the things that happened as a result of it is that Healthy Parks, Healthy People and the Public Health Solution community joined in, and now we have ways that they're going to continue to use to help parks learn how to do big special events while sharing the safety aspects of those events.
Another program that saw success in the Midwest was Every Kid in a Park.
Our parks really embraced this incredibly. We gave out in our region about 14,500 passes, which to me is just terrific. And the whole point of this program is really to help connect another generation of children to the parks, to establish sort of a positive relationship between them and the parks.
Partners helped us celebrate. We encouraged the public to find their parks from the ballpark with Centennial celebrations at major sporting events. Tourism campaigns promoted their local parks, and AAA launched new routes to park discovery. Children's choirs sang an anthem for our national parks, and radio operators hit the airwaves.
The most exciting thing with the Centennial was seeing the creativity that was coming from parks and partners in how they were engaging the next generation, as well as just raising public awareness.
What's the most important thing to remember about the Centennial? That we're not done yet. From America's heartland, we're reaching out to new audiences. We've shown our ability to collaborate and innovate. We're taking what we've learned and moving full speed ahead into a second century of service.
And I think the Centennial will be a powerful memory for many employees, both personally and professionally. We move forward into the second century with a renewed understanding of the vital role national parks play in the fabric of our country. And in many ways, we've adopted the Centennial goal as a core part of our mission.
The things that the Centennial means to me is that it's an opportunity to honor those who have faithfully advocated for our agency up until 2016, and an opportunity to invigorate the next generation to pass the torch on to. And so I'm excited about what the next century has for this agency, and hope to be a part of the legacy that our children and our children's children will be talking about on our 200th birthday.